Leila Hormozi is a successful businesswoman. She runs multiple companies and she's probably going to be a billionaire. People online talk bad about her, and I'm biased because I believe in her values. Leila, the stuff she says, they hit with me. But people are talking bad about her, saying how she's too driven, she's too strong, she works too hard. She believes she believes in like working many hours, and people are almost getting personal. They're talking about her voice, they're talking about her being a bit masculine in her approach in business. And what that made me think is, if you're really confident in your own path, then why do you get triggered about what other people are doing? The the hate that Layla gets, they talk about how she works too hard because these are the people who are giving her the hate. They value more of a balanced life. They value not working as hard, focusing more on a chill life. And again, I'm biased towards Layla's values, but the fact that they're getting a bit personal, they're talking about her voice, her relationships, and her as a person, it really it really makes me question, like, how confident are you in your own path if you're doing the most to make a video, spending all that time and energy and that mental space to tear someone down, and she's not really being problematic, and you're you're spending a lot of your days and your energy to put someone down. And I'm not saying that the people who are hating on her, I'm not saying that they should all be working hard and they should all have the values of Layla, but it just comes down to, if you're really confident in your own path, then why do you have to tear someone down who doesn't share the same values as you? Perhaps you're not as confident in your own path as you think. Perhaps you're projecting, because when you're triggered by the actions of others, you're not set on your own path. And it kind of shows how you don't really believe in yourself either, because what others are doing in their own lives, they can emotionally trigger you. And if someone can emotionally trigger you and get you angry, then that person just living their life and making you angry, they have the power over you. And therefore, you're not really living your own path. This reminds me of myself. I used to be that hater. When I first got onto self development in lockdowns, it's all very new to me, right? Bettering myself, finding my purpose, finding out I can work hard towards a meaningful goal. This is amazing. But I remember at the time, I'm looking around the people in my lives and I felt resistance. I kind of wanted to wake them up, like, there's more to life. Get off your screens, get off video games, like, and it's because I did those things as well. I played video games and I got lost in the scrolling. And when I stopped it, I felt that kind of novelty, that, oh my gosh, there's a new way of life. I want to show everyone. And by doing so, I kind of felt resistance. I was that hater looking at everyone else like, why are you playing video games? Why are you scrolling? Why are you doing this? And it showed I wasn't confident in my own path, because yes, that was my values of bettering myself, limiting the screens. In doing so, I was projecting. I was hating. And at the end of the day, that hating will just come back to me because what I learned is the more that I try to change people, the more that I try to force my values onto others, it just showed I wasn't confident in my own path because I was trying to get them like, hey, come here, like wake up, wake up. And the more that I did that, I was draining myself. I was trying to make arguments and convince people why my way of life is better. And that isn't the way to go because only they can change if they want to. And the energy was draining me because instead of me focusing on my own path, I was actually trying to change others with words when only they can do the change themselves if they want to. So now, even though I don't have their values of playing video games, I still have the same values in bettering myself. But now, I'm not trying to force anything onto anyone. I'm not trying to change anyone. I'm not trying to project anyone. And this has been doing me so good because my energy is a lot more clearer because that attention, that energy that I spent trying to change others and trying to project my values, it's just now being kept me living my life actually rather than trying to change others. And if you want to change others, the best way would just to be a good example yourself. But you can't be a good example yourself if you are a hater. If you're trying to change others and you're trying to force your values, like how does that play out? It's a very like a needy energy. Like you need someone to be a certain way. How that plays out is the person you're trying to change or inspire, they're actually more turned off and they feel more resistant and are less likely to change because you're preaching. You're especially when they probably didn't even ask for the advice. You're preaching. So now I'm just going about it in my own life. I'm focusing on myself instead of trying to project onto others. And as I've mentioned, I still have the same values. I still want to better myself. I still don't want to be on screens. I still want to, yeah, I still want to work hard towards a meaningful purpose in my life. 100%. But now, when I look at the people around me who are still playing video games, who are still scrolling, doing the bad habits that I've removed from my own life, I look at them and I just think with compassion, that is their path and this is mine. See how cleaner that is instead of hating someone and forcing your values onto them? Awesome. That's how you live your life. This is how I live mine. And because the value's still the same, but what's changed is the projecting onto others, this has helped out because instead of surrounding myself in the bad habits that I remove myself, instead of surrounding myself in those environments, I I just leave. I just leave. I remove people in my life who make me feel bad about myself. No emotional charge there. No, it doesn't need to be a dramatic scene. Okay, your values are affecting how I live my life. That's your path, this is mine. I'll move on. Because what I used to do was, I used to put myself in those habits, those bad friends who would still party, who would still drink, play video games. I would go to their territory and try to change them. What? Why? What? So instead, I just remove myself from the situation altogether, and this has brought peace into my life because two things: I'm not in that environment that I'm trying to get away from, but I'm also not trying to change anyone because I believe in my values. I believe the way that I live my life is the way that I want to do it. I don't have to force it onto anyone else. So when I see people tearing down Layla, and again, Layla, Layla hits for me. So I'm biased, right? I'm biased towards the hardworking values. When I see people tear her down, talking about her voice, her relationships, her being masculine as a female, I'm like, well, it's so personal. You're spending all this time to make a video, to write a video, to upload this video, to tear someone down because they threaten your identity, because they challenge the way you live your life. And the thing is, not everyone's going to have the same values. No one, even if you, the same people on the same political side, even they don't agree on everything. And even if people have the same, even if people support the same sports teams, they don't agree on everything that that sports team does. They like a player, they don't like certain players. Like, even if they agree on the overall, they still don't agree on everything. So I think what I'm just trying to say is, in the world where we're interacting more online than in real life, just be careful of how you treat others, especially when all of our interaction is online. You don't want to lose that respect for others, even if they don't have the same values as you. To tear someone down, making a video about them, you're only you're only showing yourself how uncertain you are in your path. And on top of that, you've lost all those hours and energies you used to tear someone down that could have been on your own path, on your own journey.